The game changer, as per various experts, were the Turkish attack drones that offered a crucial advantage to Azerbaijan over its adversary in the 6-week war over Nagorno-Karabakh. Analysts fear that Turkey and even China could offer the same advantage to Pakistan if a war was to erupt with India over the flaring Kashmir dispute, the website stated in its mischievous article why this Pakistani weapon poses the gravest danger to Indian Army if a war erupts over Kashmir. The website claims that Armenia reportedly lost about 185 T-72 tanks, 90 armored fighting vehicles, 182 artillery pieces, 73 multiple rocket launchers, 26 surface-to-air missile systems, which include a Tor system and 5 S-300s, 14 radars or jammers, 1 Su-25 warplane, 4 drones and 451 military vehicles, as documented by analyst Stein Mitzer in the military affairs blog Oryx. It unilaterally proclaims that Azerbaijani armed drones from Azerbaijani mercilessly decimated the Armenian air defense systems, artillery guns and tanks and handed them a decisive victory over regional foe Armenia. Armenia has however denied these claims by the Azerbaijanis. The game changer, as per various experts, were the Turkish attack drones that offered a crucial advantage to Azerbaijan over its adversary in the 6-week war over Nagorno-Karabakh. Analysts fear that Turkey and even China could offer the same advantage to Pakistan if a war was to erupt with India over the flaring Kashmir dispute, the website further stated. Missing out on Indian capabilities. What the report fails to identify and report is that India has considerable capabilities to deal with issues raised by the website. Did you know that Electronics and Radar Development Establishment, LRDE, caters to the development of radar in India? This laboratory comes under the Defense Research and Development Organization, DRDO. LRD has successfully developed several radar systems and has installed them in the Indian Armed Forces. The success stories of LRD in the deployment of radar technology in the armed forces is a clear indication that its growth has been positive in India. It clears the path of DRDO to make India fiercely independent in terms of military technology in decreasing importing of foreign military equipment. The initial projects of DRDO only consisted of short-range 2D systems. Currently, it manufactures high-power 3D systems, fire control radars as well as airborne surveillance radars. Rajendra 3D Target Detection Radar is a multifunction electronically scanned phased array radar which is part of Aakash Air Defence System. It is a passive electronically scanned array, PESA, radar and is used to guide Aakash missile to its target. Mounted on a two-wheeled vehicle, it fulfills multiple radar functions like surveillance, tracking and guidance. It is a multifunction radar, capable of surveillance, tracking and engaging low radar cross-section targets. It is part of the Aakash surface-to-air missile system and is the primary fire control sensor for an Aakash battery. It can track 64 targets and engage 4 targets at a single time. Its range extends up to 80 kilometers and at an altitude of 18 kilometers. The 3D Tactical Control Radar is a state-of-the-art medium-range surveillance and tracking radar that, while mounted on a mobile platform, effectively plays the role of medium-range surveillance radar. The radar operates in the S-band and covers 90 kilometers. Is capable of track scanning, TWS, of airborne targets. 3D Sophisticated Medium-Range Surveillance and Tracking Radar. Track scanning, TWS, of airborne targets up to 90 kilometers. ECCM specifications, side lobe blanking, frequency vibration and jammer analysis. Integrated IFF Mach 11, with extractor and coordinated antennas. Formatted in 2 Yarta vehicles, one for radar and the other for energy source. Fully automated and controlled with user-friendly GUI from radar console. Dedicated and engaging online byte facility. Facility for training controllers, operators and technical members. Facility for automatic transmission of data to the target data receiver, located with weapon system, from radar to 20 kilometers distance, using optical line, wireline and secure VHF radio set. 4 external networks on RAN, 500 meters. Remote control of tracks and plots data. 100 meters facilitate remote control and diagnostic testing on the system. The Rohini is an operating in S-band ground-based 3D medium-range air surveillance radar providing detection and tracking air targets even under hostile operational environment. It is capable of handling multiple targets simultaneously and also precisely calculate the height at which projectiles are flying. Mounted on Yatra mobile platform, a heavy-duty modified truck built by the public sector Bharat Earth Movers Limited, BML, and supported by an auxiliary mobile power unit, it enables the Rohini to be easily transported to the battlefront. Operating in a range of up to 170 km and an altitude of 15 km, the Rohini radar can track multiple targets like fighter jets and missiles traveling at supersonic speeds of over 3,000 km per hour. The radar employs an array of electronic countermeasure (ECCM) features including frequency agility and jammer analysis. A secondary surveillance radar, IFF, is integrated with the primary radar Rohini, which distinguishes friendly and hostile aircraft. About 100 pieces are expected to be built, with around 20 radars being manufactured every year. Rudra, a state-of-the-art radar, is being inducted towards strengthening the air defense in the Saurashtra Kutch region and constitutes an important component in IAF's plan to achieve network-centric operations. Indian Air Defence Surveillance Network received a big boost with the Indian Air Force commissioning an Israeli-made medium-power radar, MPR, at Naliya in Gujarat in June 2011. Medium-power radar Rudra is a 4D rotating phased array radar. It can automatically detect and track targets ranging from fighter aircrafts to ballistic missiles to slow-moving targets. It can either be stable and stare or be rotated for 360 degrees coverage. In rotation mode, the antenna rotates at 7.5-15 revolutions per minute with surveillance coverage of 360 degrees in azimuth and 30 degrees in elevation. In staring mode of operation, the antenna stares in specified azimuth with surveillance coverage of ±60 degrees in azimuth and 30 degrees in elevation. Design, development and production of MPRs were categorized as make category. Buy and make means buying a portion of demand, obtaining and production in India for remaining demand. Make means developed by DRDO laboratories through indigenous efforts and manufactured by an Indian production agency. Electronics and Radar Development Establishment, LRDE, a Bangalore-based DRDO establishment, took up the task and developed a fully engineered MPR for the IAF. The system has an instrumented range of 400 km and is able to detect 2 square meters as targets as far as 300 km in range with the altitude coverage from 100 meters to 30 km. IAF projected, November 2002, a requirement of 23 MPRs with active phased array radar technology for replacement, between X, 2002-07 and 2012-17 5-year plan, of existing radars, PSM-33 radars, P-40 and TRS 2215 radars, which had completed their service life of 20 years. Based on AirHQ Oz, November 2004, and due to non-availability of technology, mod approved, April 2006, import of 15 MPRs by IAF and indigenous development of 8 MPRs by LRD with a delivery schedule of 60 months, April 2011. LRD submitted, November 2006, a proposal to AirHQ for development of MPR using imported antenna through direct import of map antenna from MS Thales, France at a cost of 97.84 crore to meet IAF time frame of 36 months. However, AirHQ insisted, June 2007, LRD to develop a fully indigenous MPR including its antenna using latest technology. Reporter Tactical Control Radar is an early warning, alert and signaling system that includes weapon control functions. It has been specially designed for its high degree of mobility and easy transportability, by air or on land. This radar has minimal interference in the actions of both airfield defenders and good air users. The command and control capabilities of the radar, coupled with the ground-based effective airborne defense system, make the operation more and more effective, with safe, adequate and flexible use of the airspace. All-weather day and night capability. 40 km range, giving a large coverage. Multiple target handling and engagement capability. Local threat evaluation and engagement calculations assist the commander's decision-making process and give effective local fire distribution. Easy to operate, and hence low manning requirements and stress reduction under severe conditions. Highly mobile system, to be used in all kinds of terrain, with short into and out of action times, deployment/redeployment, clutter suppression. High resolution, which gives excellent target discrimination and allows accurate tracking. Indra 2 is a variant of Indra radar for ground control interception of targets. Indra 2 is L-band low-flying detection radar that caters to the vital gap-filling role in an air defense environment. It is a transportable and self-contained system with easy mobility and deployment features. The system consists mainly of an antenna, transmitter cabin and display cabin mounted on 3 separate vehicles. The radar uses pulse compression for detection of low-flying aircraft in heavy ground clutter with high-range resolution and ECCM capabilities. The radar has been produced by Bharat Electronics Limited and is used by Indian Air Force and Army. 7 Indralis have been ordered by the Indian Air Force. Radar text courtesy Global Security is a variant of Indra radar for ground-controlled interception of targets. Indra 2 is L-band low-flying detection radar that caters to the vital gap-filling role in an air defense environment. It is a transportable and self-contained system with easy mobility and deployment features. The system consists mainly of an antenna, transmitter cabin and display cabin mounted on 3 separate vehicles. The radar uses pulse compression for detection of low-flying aircraft in heavy ground clutter with high-range resolution and ECCM capabilities. The radar has been produced by Bharat Electronics Limited and is used by Indian Air Force and Army. 7 Indralis have been ordered by the Indian Air Force. Swordfish is a long-range tracking radar specifically developed to counter ballistic missile threat. It will be a part of India's ballistic missile program. First testing of this radar was in March 2009. Main aim of the test was to validate the capabilities of the indigenously developed Swordfish long-range tracking radar, LRTR. The missile to be hit will be fired from a longer distance than it was in the earlier test. DRDO tested whether the radar could track the incoming missile from that distance or not, said a member of the project. Swordfish is an acknowledged derivative of the Israeli Green Pine long-range radar, which is the critical component of that country's Arrow missile defense system. However, it differs from the Israeli system as it employs Indian transmit-receive modules, signal processing, computers and power supplies. It is also more powerful than the base Green Pine system and was developed to meet India's specific BMD needs. Though Swordfish is primarily meant to intercept hostile ballistic projectiles, it has the shown capabilities to detect objects as small as even a cricket ball.